Hey, Shalom. Hey, Shalom. Shalom. I want to start by saying, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Kahalama Yahwa, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kakudash. And also double honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders great moved on the rule well. And also Shalom to sincere I came out there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kakudash. And I'm back again with another lesson. And this lesson is going into this uprising or protest over here in Australia, and the reason why I do this lesson is to show you how, the whole, basically almost the whole world is about to be sick of Esau, especially those Amalekites, man. All right, people are seeing what the Amalekites are doing over there in the land of people are seeing what the Amalekites are doing to those Ishmaelites over there in the land of Palestine. And the whole world is tired of it, man. Even the small ally are tired of it. Like EU nations, some of the close ally with USA, they're all coming against who? They're all coming against their prime minister. Coming against the small heart on what they're doing over there. It's unacceptable. Even the Pope, All right. So before I go ahead, I'm gonna bring out this precept real quick. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse I'm just go ahead and I'm gonna start from verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, and this is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing what the uproars of people in the world, and these people uprising against who? Amalekites. What the violent those Amalekites are committing over there in Palestine. The whole world is seeing it, and they're seeing how unfair it is. All right, let's go from there. I'll come back. I'll come back there. Let's go here. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. It says, but when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet by. Let me do this. Let me do it like this. I'll come back to that one. Luke 21 and 9 in the AMP. When you hear of wars and disturbance, civil unrest, revolts, uprising, right? This is what we are seeing right now. And these people they're doing this uprising or revolts against who? Esau, the Amalekites. The small heart. Those are the true wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. Do not panic, for these things must come to pass. Must take place first, but the end will not come in immediately. All right. Let me see if I can get any more precepts on that one. Real quick, Psalms 112 and verse 7. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings, evil news. So the elect are not going to be afraid of what we're seeing right now. These evil tidings, evil news. His heart is fixed, trusting in trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Let's read that in the AMP. It says, he will not fear bad news. But there's nothing but bad news worldwide right now. But we understand that this bad news or these evil tidings must come to pass anyway, because eventually the bad news that we're waiting on, the major one, is Jacob trouble, man. But it says his heart is steady, fast, trusting, confidently relying on and believing in the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That was just quick precept from there. Now let's go from there
And this is a special
do
9
this.
News update. I'm Georgie Gardner. As we go to air, a major pro-Palestinian protest is taking place in our city. The Sydney Harbour Bridge closed down after the Supreme Court yesterday gave the demonstration the green light. This was the scene in Sydney CBD just a short time ago as thousands gathered to make the march across the bridge to North Sydney. Sydney's Lord Mayor Clover Moore says closing down the city is a small price to pay.
Compare that with what's happening in Gaza, where all those people have lost their homes and they're either starving or getting killed when they're going to get food. What's happening in Gaza must stop, and we stand with them and support them, and we believe in humanity.
And that's Esau against Esau right there. Now, I don't know if that lady is Edomite or or whatever she's, or Ishmaelite, or, but again, some of those people, they really be set up to go on there and speak because they can speak, or high agent and shit. High actors, should I say. Matthew 12 in verse 25, Yahushua knew that those and said unto them, every kingdom divided against self is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against self, it shall not stand. And this is what we're seeing right now. Okay, some Edomites are coming against Amalekites right now, and they're the same people. So their kingdom is completely divided. And then when you go more into the high power, EU nations are coming against Israel. NATO nations are coming against Israel. The Pope as well, man. You see? And if Satan casts out Satan, he's divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand? You see? This is it right here, man. We are at the end of their fucking rulership. Okay, let's get this precept in the book of Daniel real quick. Let's go to the book of Daniel, the 5th chapter. Daniel chapter 5 and verse Daniel chapter 5 and verse 24. It says, then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. Let me read this in the AMP. Then the hand was sent from the presence of the Messiah, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and this inscription was written. And it says, this is the inscription that was written, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Uprising, numbered, right? The Esau kingdom is being numbered. It says numbered, weighted, and divided. His kingdom is being numbered. There's time to it, and that time is not going to go over it. And now the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Shai, is what? He's dividing it. Okay? He's weighted to its judgment, and now it's being divided, man. Okay? In verse 26, it says, this is the interpretation of the message. Mene, it says, God has numbered the days of your kingdom and put an end to it. All right. And so when you read this here, this happened to the Babylonian Empire, or the ancient Babylonian Empire. This happened to them when the Medes and Persians took over them, But this precept right here, it applies today too to Esau's kingdom, and also when you read into the prophecies, America is known as Babylon. All right, okay, and right now America is through, and the small heart that America is standing up for, they're all fucking through, finished. The whole world is waking up to them. You see. So this is the interpretation of the message. Man and God has numbered the days of your kingdom and put an end to it. Verse 27, Tekel, you have been weighed on scale of righteousness and found deficient. Ain't no righteousness going on in America or in the land of Israel or among them fucking top bankers. Nah, you're deficient, man. Okay, the Most High is not pleased with you. Verse 28, praise, your kingdom has been divided and given over to the Medes and Persians. And that's what happened to the ancient Babylon Empire. But the modern Babylon, the modern great, Babylon, or the great city known as Babylon, if I'm saying right, it's going to be what? It's going to be taken. It's going to be destroyed by the who? By its ally. Okay. First of all, let's keep it real. By the Russians, Iran, China, and then the rest of the allies. And then the rest of China, the rest of Russia's allies, also America's own all allies are gonna put some work to it to destroying America, pursuant to the book of Revelation chapter 17. You see, and then from there, what's gonna happen? Yahushua is gonna return in the midst of that, and then they're gonna come. They're gonna try to fight against Yahushua and angels, and they're gonna be taken out with a quickness, man. And that's the beginning of the kingdom of Yashahala. All right. So let's go.
We want to see peace.
Come back in.
We're going to go live now to our reporter James Wilson, who's in the city for us. And James, just give us an.
And they want to see peace. Yeah, peace is coming for sure. Okay, we can't ignore that. Eventually, the situation over there in Gaza is going. I believe is going to come to an end. Okay, because it's going to come to an end, and also, Israel is probably doing that shit on purpose over there. Squeezing them out, and eventually Israel is going to come in with peace and safety. Okay, and that's going to be the moment where people are going to think everything is about to change. It's about to become normal. And then sudden destruction
has just started over the Harbour Bridge. We estimate around 10,000 people, if not more. Some big names amongst them as well. Julian Assange, Bob Carr and the like. And there has been an update in terms of logistics. This march was originally supposed to end at North Sydney and people were going to get the train back over.
All right, anyway, let's go from there and show you the reason why this is all happening. Let's go to the book of Sirach real quick. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8, because unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is transferred from one people to another. Eventually, Esau, you're gonna have to be taken out, because the way you got your rulership, the way you did things, to be where you are right now is by what? Injuries, okay, deceit, all right, unrighteous dealings. That's where you are right now, man. Okay, but that time is about to come to an end. Of you ruling, and then what you're doing right now worldwide is what? You're going, you done what is? You did your work. Okay, this devil did his work with Jake. Finish dealing with Jake. Committing unrighteous dealings on Jake, but you did that to people. Okay, you're still doing that to them. But right now, you touching these other nations as well. So, yeah, that's you, So, you just doing what the fuck, whatever you want, whatever you feel like doing. Okay? Revelation 6 in verse 4, and there went out another host that was red, and power was given to him that outside the roads take peace from the earth. And that's what this devil is been doing since he came in power. This devil has not stopped doing that, man. He's just been taking peace from people, nations, dividing nations. Okay, starting wars for no reason. Starting wars for resources. Starting wars for control. And that's what they're doing over there in Palestine right now, man. All right, it says, Satyrons take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. That was given unto me a great sword. And we know that great sword, man, it comes in so many ways, man. From how he speaks, the food, the media, okay, his words, his policy, and then, pseudoscience, the weapons this devil is creating, man. The weapons he's using over there in Palestine. This is Esau, man. This is what he's doing. Let's get another one real quick. Another thing that they're trying to do over there in Palestine. Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity, that walk evil upon their beds when the morning is light, they practice because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence. And this is what they want to take over that land. And they've done that worldwide, man. Go to, countries and, continents and just take over and name those continents after themselves, set up their own policies, or their own leaders as well. It says they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even it's like a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Ask the Native Americans, man, the northern tribes, Native Americans, the Mexicans, all right, the Puerto Ricans, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, ask them what happened to them. All right. That's in the history, man. But Esau don't want to talk about that. And then other nations outside, the Israelites looked at what Esau did over there in the land of Ham. Look what Esau is doing over there in the land of the so-called, in that area of the so-called Middle East. Look what Esau did. Even China, man. People really think China is China is on its own, but no, British still control China. If you didn't know. Go look it up. All right, and then look what they did to the Aboriginal of Australia, or to the indigenous people of New Zealand. Come on, man. The man, he's in control, man. All right, he's ruling the earth, man. Okay, and people are waking up, and they're getting tired of you. They're getting tired of Esau, man. Let's get another one. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse I'm just go to a point. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 15, it says that I'm starting from verse 14. I was saying above the heights of the clouds, I'll be like the Most High, which is what Esau is trying to accomplish. Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, meaning you're gonna be brought to a low condition, Esau. Okay, a low status as a nation of people. Verse 16, they that see thee shall not narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that he shake the kingdoms? And that's what you're doing right now. Still doing that shit, man. Okay? Did that made the world as wilderness, right? Look at how that land of Palestine look right now, man. Look how America looks right now. Other, places that were, beautiful, Amazon, all them places, man. And destroyed the cities thereof, right? That opened on the house of his prison. People were locked out forever, man. For some shit they never did. Jake, okay? And who was doing that? Who was in charge of it? Esau. Let's go from there. Isaiah 24 and verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, and the holy people of the earth do languisheth. Talking about who? The elite, the top bankers. And it says verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Esau does not play fair, all right? Esau does not play fair, man. The way he does things is not really, is not fair, okay? He destroys the earth, destroys people, you come in your country and do whatever he does. Where you going?
I'm going to get a free kebab.
They do all that. All right. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, that do the arena desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt and few men are left. And that's eventually what's going to happen. But this happening is good. It's good because it's a great reset for the whole world anyway, man. Okay, but Esau got to be taken out first. All right. Let's go from there to the book of Proverbs 29 and 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn. Right now, people mourning, man. Why? Because the wicked is ruling. All right. You can't fucking say the people that rule the earth are not righteous, man. Hell, fucking everybody's going through it right now, as I speak, because the wicked is ruling, man. Okay. Proverbs 11 and 10. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth. And when the wicked perish, there's a shouting. When Esau is taken out, man, the nations are going to be turned up, going to be hella happy, because a righteous kingdom is going to be ruling. All right. Proverbs 28 and verse 12. When the righteous men do rejoice, there's a great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. You see? Jump to verse 28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. Yeah, Esau have to perish for the righteousness to increase. All right, meaning that we go come in power and take over, man. Okay, rule the whole earth. Okay, on rule the whole earth and how the earth is supposed to be ruled. Let me see this right here. Let me read this in the NLT. It says, there is another evil I have seen under the sun. Kings and rulers make a grave mistake. In AMP, there is an evil I have seen under the sun, like an error which proceeds from the ruler. You know? And NET, I have seen another most misfortune on the earth. Esau is causing misfortune here on the earth. It is an error and a ruler makes. And Esau is doing that right now, man. This man don't know how to rule. He don't rule balance, man. And that's why he has to be taken out. Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun place of judgment, and weaknesses was there, right here on earth. Okay, there's weaknesses here right now. And the place of righteousness is here too. Eventually, right, the iniquity was there. The earth shouldn't be how it is right now, man. But due to Esau being in power, that's why the earth right now is what going through. Earth is mourning. The whole world is all messed up. Okay, because the man who is in power, man. All right. Let me see. I had to ask ChatGPT. Job 20:19, because ye have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because ye have violently taken away an house which ye built not. Let me go to it. It says right here, Job 20:19, because ye have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because ye have violently taken away an house which ye build not. This is what the so-called white man has committed on earth. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. In AMP, because he knew no quietness or calmness within him, because of his greed, he does not retain anything he desires. You see, it says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Let's read this in the NLT. It says, nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, their prosperity will not endure. Exactly, man. Okay, your end is always not gonna go forth. Verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, in difficulties, man. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And and that's what's happening right now. People are rising up against Esau. All right. Let's read this in the NLT. In the midst of a plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. In NIV, in the midst of his plenty, distress will overtake him. The full force of misery will come upon him. But when you look up the word wicked, it goes into the workers. Okay, the working class. They're the ones rising up right now against Esau. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Daniel 2:21, he removed the kings instead of 5 kings. Let's go to it. It says, the Daniel 2 and 21, he changed the times and the seasons, talking about the Messiah. He removed the king, he removed kings and set up kings. He gives wisdom unto wise and knowledge to them that no understanding. All right, and this is what the Heavenly Father is gonna do. He's gonna remove Esau out of his time that was given unto him, and the new kingdom is gonna come in, which is what we are witnessing right now. Okay, there's a power translating right now. Okay, and we're seeing it. That's why Esau is in straits right now, man. Trying to come up and shut down things, control internet, control what goes on the internet, because what? It's been exposed. Okay, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Shaga, his ass, man. Let me see. Proverbs 28 and 15. As a rolling lion and raging bear, so is a wicked rule over the poor people. And that's how this devil is ruling right now, man. Okay, because he don't give a fuck about nobody, even his own kind. Okay? You know? Even his own kind, man, he don't give shit. All right? So with that, man, hopefully this was edified. Okay? Again, this is, being about the reason why people are protesting is because Esau, okay, on the atrocities committing worldwide right now, of him trying to say that, trying to bring in his NWO, which is not going to accomplish anyway. Okay? So hopefully this was edified.